So can she sit here? The camera is not in her head. Because usually they suggest this and that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsha Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons, Kamsa and Chanura, this dear darling of Mother Devaki, the Guru of the world and the teacher of the whole universe. Om, peace, peace, peace. We start today Bhagavat reading. Today's Bhagavat reading from book number 3, chapter 31, and we are here in verse number 43. Here today, and previously it was all the continuation of the instruction of Kapila, the Guru, as the God himself as avatar, born with Mother Devahuti. And now Devahuti is asking spiritual questions and Kapila is responding to that. And in that conversation it has been mentioned that this karma brings us to our what we are now, and how rebirth happens due to karma, and how our journey starts, and how we get entangled into the world of the degradation, and then again come out of it, how we going to different planes of reality, as you call heavens or hells, experiencing them, then come back again, reborn. So that part, the discussion was going on. It is, we are reading from verse number 43 of chapter 31 of book number 3, page 289. So what it says here, now today is asking what is the meaning of death? Who dies? Really do we die? So that question. So here the teacher is Kapila. Kapila says, verse number 43, that this transmigration of the jiva is rendered possible because besides the gross body, it has a subtle body called linga sarira. This body is called the sthula sarira, gross body. And another body is their subtle body, which is called the linga sarira. And there is a causal body, karana sarira. And that beyond the body is the Atman. So now, he says this transmigration, we are born of our karma and work here again. And when we die, what happens? It is the subtle body, we enter into that and give up only the physical body. And physical body is now here, and it will be for some time, and it will disappear. It will not disappear, but my identification will be from this gun. And then I don't die, but I remain in my subtle body, as is the Vedantic conception we all know. But here Bhagavat is reassuring that idea that yes.
So do we keep the same Linga Sharira for the next life?
Linga Sharira is the same, older. He has a huge amount of experiences in his stock. Linga Sharira carries all the impressions of all the insect life, animal life, beast life, to anything what we have done is a repository, there is karma sanskaras. But that enters physical body is this what we are doing. But now it is mixed together, that's why we think that I am this body. But this body is coming and going, it is not a permanent. So this transmigration of the jiva is rendered possible because besides the gross body, it has a subtle body, what is called linga sarira. The jiva, individual soul, jiva, is the Purusha or individual spirit. And Purusha does not mean the cosmic one, but the individual soul associated with the linga sarira. It is connected with the linga sarira. The clothed in the linga sarira, it is covered. Inside is that Atman. It is covered with the causal body and the subtle body, linga sarira. Clothed in the linga sarira, which does not perish. That does not perish with the physical body. Physical body perishes so many times. But linga sarira lingers long. Maybe millions and billions or trillions of years, who knows, our human calculation. Because it is to go through all the experiences of all the lives in the universe. So, clothed in the linga sarira, less linga sarira, subtle body, which does not perish with the physical body. The jiva, individual soul, migrates from one sphere to another according to the nature of the past action. When this body gone, and this jiva, who comes out of the body? Our linga sarira, or the subtle body, which has a causal body also. And inside is consciousness. And consciousness everywhere, whether it is here. Space is everywhere, no. If I sit here, I occupy certain space. I walk, I carry some space, no. But space is all the time there. I only walk through. So Atman, we need not have to bother about the Atman, the self, Satchidananda. It is all the time there, everywhere. Only the physical body is now here. Physical body may be in the New York. The physical body goes, but the space does not go. But the physical body, when it goes, subtle body remains. Subtle body is also much longer than the physical body. Physical body is only 100 years maximum. People live 100 years, 112 years, whatever. But that's limited. But the subtle body is older. It carries all the impressions. That's why in human nature you will find there are animalistic nature hidden. We call the sanskaras remain. One time this animal, I was an animal, and that animalistic instinct is hidden, and we have become sophisticated by rebirth, going into the good society, going into the one time born in this plane, another time in the high cultured family, and this and that is a promotion. We have become a little refined. Otherwise we are all beastly. That's why we call the animalistic nature. We call, Swami Premishananda Maharaj used to say that man who is of that nature is to say that he is fresh from the forest. Other life is forest life. And a beast, insect, tiger, or ferocious something. And just nature, you see that nature of that person is so mean, unkind, this, that. How it happens? But it's going in the process. The subtle body, this linga sarira, is carrying all the impression of the past life. And this life, those impressions are more dominant. As you move on in higher and higher experiences of life, you become sophisticated. So it says...
I think human beings are even worse than animals.
That's true. Because human intelligence...
Because no animal, because there's a snake even, will kill the frog because it wants to eat it. Yeah, unnecessarily, just, I'm tired of sitting idle, I just want to beat him up. That kind of thing is not there in animal society.
Yeah. So that's why human suffering is also more. Anyhow, So the jiva migrates from one sphere to another sphere according to the nature of the past actions. Last year's action, momentum, gives the life journey in this life. In this life, what I am going, working, thinking, doing, all the impact of all these karmas will have a resultant force and resultant angle. And that will be the trajectory for the next life. In this way, we refine and refine and refine, and we go towards our own home, eternal home. So, and while enjoying their fruits, in the enjoying yourself, I am enjoying my past desire of last life, no? When I am enjoying that, and I am also doing some karma additional, and new karma is taking its new turn. That's why someone is improving his character by selflessness, by purity, by love and all these things. That will be taking another turn in the next life. Even in this life, that is transforming the inner personality. So, after death, that's why while enjoying their fruits, generate new karma that becomes the seed for future births. What I will be in my next life is determined now here. What I am doing, what I am thinking. Because ultimately it is said, the last thought, when the body goes away, last thought, what will be in the mind, that will be your journey for the next life. Very careful. That's why we do japa, pray to God every time, because create some new mental orientation. So at the point of death, you remember something higher, something nobler, something divine. That's why we always say, hey, repeat the name of God in the year of the passing person, the person who is leaving the body. Best thing is to help that person is to repeat the Lord's name in his ears. Which name he will utter? He is a Christian, talk about Christ, the holy name. But that means because he has meditated so many times, Christ's thought will come. That will give him a saintly life. Maybe birth will be in such a family where he will be spiritually oriented. Home he will be born, and then journey starts like that. Or whoever may be in whatever direction their orientation of the mind, give them. And people, if they sometimes don't think of such a noble thought, negative thought comes, then the next one birth will go on like that in a dark journey. So, the linga sarira, which is the essential feature of jiva, if we are individual, it is essential feature is the linga sarira, subtle body, is constituted of these subtle elements. What is this subtle body? Just imagine what is in your dream. When you dream, what are the things with you? You have eyes? In a dream, think about that. What are there? Huh? What you have, you can't say. What in your dream, what you see? You have mouth, you have nose, you have ears, you have eyes, no? So what you see, you have all the senses. So subtle elements, mind, in senses, etc. Meaning 24 things are there with you. Think about that. You have 5 organs of perception. Your hand, feet of action, 5 action. So 5, 10 you have. And 5 elements, air, water, fire, is it not? Do you not breathe in the dream? Yes? So what is that air? Not this air. This air is physical body is doing that. It has a subtle air. You drink water also in the dream. What water you drink? This water? What are you eating now? No. It's subtle part of the water is there. So 5 subtle elements. Understand? So 3 times 5, how much? 15. and 5 subtle elements and 5 organs of action, 5 organs of perception, 5 doors, and 5 is the elements, 5 elements, 3, 5, 15, and 2, you have your mind. You have a mind there, is it not? Someone is trying to hit you, you run away that side. Even in the dream you think that you are fighting with somebody or you are trying to run away from some. So that means you have a mind. And you have your ego also, I sense, no? They call 17 elements are there. Now we are with plus additional 5.
22.
That's why 24.
22.
Huh?
17 plus 5,
22, and that's okay. But on the subtle body means when you dream, you think what you have. So here is saying that it is the subtle body, the essential feature of the jiva, which transmigrates from one birth to another, that is featured, is constituted of subtle elements, 5 elements, air, water, fire, not the gross, but the subtle part of it, as I discussed. Mind is there, senses, 5 senses are there, and 5 sense of organ of perception, and 5 sense of knowledge. In itself it cannot perform action. Now this elemental thing cannot perform action unless it is supported by consciousness, but requires the gross body as an instrument. Now you want to eat, no? That's why it is said committing suicide is very bad. Because why? Suicide means what? This body would have continued, but you have caused it to die for some reason. But if I am to live another 10 years or 5 years, no? And suddenly I kill myself or suicidal thing, what happens? This rest of the 5 years experience should have been through the physical body. I'll eat physical thing, see physical things. But this body is not there. How shall we experience the physical world? You want to see, but you cannot eat. There is no mouth. You want to see something, you have no eyes. A physical, this frame is necessary through which the subtle body will work. So therefore, that is a very painful situation. That's why it is said, he or she is possessed by ghost. There is a term, possessed by ghost in this country, it is there. That means a weak mind, whose mind is softer mind, this subtle body impacts that mind, enters in, tries to enter and fulfill his desire through this who has a physical body with a weaker mind. Because it plays on the mind. And that's why we say, he's behaving abnormally. It is not his nature. Because it is the behavior of the departed subtle body, who has not departed naturally, unnatural death. Anyhow, that's why he said, in every scripture you will find, committing suicide has been very much condemned. So he says that requires gross body. So the subtle body is not enough. We want to enjoy the gross things. There you can enjoy subtle things. But subtle things, enjoyment is one way. Gross enjoyment is different. So that's why when it loses a gross body, it is called death. And when it gains a new gross body, it is called birth. Suppose a natural death, someone has died, physical body remains. But the jiva, the subtle body, and the linga sarira, with this, all these elemental things, 17 we talked about, it comes out of the physical body. Because this body is no more, the brain is not working any further, no? Brain dead. Oh, the stroke, the heart attack. For some reason, this machine stopped functioning. So this subtle body comes out of it, leaving this body, but he's searching for where to go next. And that will be desire, the last desire. When he died, that moment what the dominant thought, he will try to find out such body to fulfill that desire. So, thus birth and death are only of the gross body and not of the jiva. Jiva, individual soul, which Purusha clothed in the linga sarira, the consciousness as if clothed into the subtle body. When the eyeballs are affected and sight obstructed, then both the physical eye and the power of sight itself are said to be affected. When both these are affected, then the jiva is said to be affected. But in truth, the sense power continues to exist. It is only in this way that the loss of the gross body or an affection of the subtle body can be said to influence the jiva. So, when the linga sarira becomes incapable of experiencing objects, the subtle body remaining, he is not able to enjoy through this instrument. Eyes have become, even their glass, power lost. Eyes don't see anything. Ears, we are already becoming, what you call, short of hearing. And it increases and it does not give any sense of hearing. What you are saying, I cannot understand. So when that type of thing happens, when the linga sarira becomes incapable of experiencing objects due to the decay of its instrument of contact, that means this gross body, that state is called death. So what condition is death? When it does not function anymore, and the subtle body thinks, I cannot work to this instrument anymore. When you put the car to junk, you are the driver, you are driving with much trouble. But when it happens that this car is no more functioning, today's brake is not working, tomorrow the transmission is stopped, third day the lights are not functioning, fourth day you repair, then what you say, you get frustrated. And say, this is not fitting. So, junk. So that is the death. But you inside, who are sitting inside, you come out and you search for another car. So this is the point. The death means not death of the body, not but the subtle body or linga sarira. Linga sarira remains. He enters into another body. When the capacity is restored to the I-ness by the provision of proper instrument, when I can identify this is me, I, and then find some provision, some body which is suitable for that is physical body, then it is called birth. When the soul finds a body to say, it is my body, I, then birth happens. A baby is born. But baby is born when baby is so small. But who is born? There is some, we say consciousness. And a consciousness too far, in one stroke we say consciousness. That does not explain anything. Therefore, a man should not fear or tremble at the thought of death. Because you are not losing anything. You are only giving up the junk body, which is dysfunctional. Many people say, oh my God, he's going through without putting oxygen cylinder and this, here is IV, there is this and this. And my God, whole body is surrounded with this and that machine pumping the heart and this and what is the use? What is this old? And this Sukshma Sarira get frustrated at one point. I said, this is no more working. They said, oh, he passed away now. Why he is passed away? He has been hospitalized 10 days before, and there's the worst condition. And now it does not function anymore. So the jiva inside decides this is no more functioning. Or his karma is set such way, the body will junk at one point of time. And then it leaves this body. That is called death. nor should one consider oneself as a pitiable creature at the mercy of fortuitous circumstances, for he is the maker of his own destiny. But we should not also feel frustrated, oh, my fate, what has happened, how help me. No, it is you can build up your own character. You can create who you will be next life. It depends upon your action, on your thought, on your wish and proper practice of spirituality. For he is the maker of his own destiny. We are all the makers of our own destiny. That is the karma theory means. Many times, karma theory, we think that it is a frustrating thing. Oh, I have nothing to do in this life. Because of my past life, this is going on. Yes, this is going on because of what? You thought one way, you did one way. That's why this trajectory. You change the trajectory now, think, I will not do this, I will not do this. You cannot do anything in between the trajectory now, but you are generating a new mindset, which will, as soon as the body drops, you can take another trajectory in another way, whatever way you like. So we go to hell, we go to heaven. Who puts us? We say, God. God has no business here. God has made a formula here. This is the formula, you live in the world. You do this way, you go here. You go that way, you go here. So it is your choice, what you did, what you think. So this is the point. Birth and death are like that. So we are the makers of our destiny. Reflecting on the real nature of jiva. Now, a person who is wise, he thinks, who is jiva? Who is this soul getting born and die? Who is that sukshma sarira? Actually, who? First we think that body. Body is rejected. Body is not the true sarira. So what is the true sarira? It is the sukshma sarira, subtle body. And subtle body supported by whom? The consciousness behind. That is the subtle body. The reflecting on the real nature of the jiva and the way of its progress, he should try to live a life of detachment. So what we should do then? This is the way of life. This gives a very good explanation of our birth and death. We cry for the death, nothing to worry about the death. Happy, be happy. This junk body will go. We will have a fresh body, fresh engine. Your old car is gone, now we purchase a new car. No mileage. Everything is new. It starts well. The baby born with full energy, all the sense organs, everything is perfect. No? When you are born, all these instruments are good, in good service. And give service. How many times the heart is giving the service? How many days? Since birth it is working, pounding. Relentless, not a second. So this much service, see, one day he gets tired. That's why it stops. But then you change it. No fear. Always, many people change cars after a few months. 6 months, 8 months, they get another model. Always new car. And another person running 200,000 miles plus 300,000 miles going on. But no, it cannot go anymore. Engine is good, but this is breaking, that is breaking. So no repair, then give up. So death is give up. Birth is joining into the play of drama of again entering into it, again playing and dancing and singing in the puppet in the world. We move around like that. So, but one is reflecting on the real nature of us. What is our real nature? Behind the subtle body, behind the sukshma sarira, or what is called the linga sarira. No? Who is there? On that, contemplating on that, and the ways of his progress, one should try to live a life of detachment. So what do you get out of this experience? Coming and going will not stop unless we learn how to detach. Live in the body. Your freedom is yours. You will be a most happy person if you don't get attached. If the body is here, okay, good. If you want to go, let it go, I will have another car. Why to be fearful about? Forget God realization. Is it not good to have a fresh car for my journey? Because I need to make a journey. I need a car. Always there we need a body. Either human body, animal body, God body, demon body. So we need somebody, plant body, ant body, cat body, dog body. We need one or another, insect body, bacteria body. So you'll have it. So better do some detached attitude of practice, that I am coming and going, coming and going. I will have to give up anyway with this body. Why don't I detach from now to learn that is spirituality? Not that how much we do japa, how much we do these things. These are the net impact should go to detach from the world of duality, to get attached into the consciousness side. So with a truth-oriented understanding developed through dispassion and spiritual practice, one should live in this world. So this is the meaning of rebirth, whatever the scripture is telling. It is only to make us awaken into the consciousness that the purpose of life here is this purpose. To understand that this coming and going is going on, it is my doing, because of my doing I suffered, or I have the pleasure. But this is a temporary, it is not permanent, so we will have to give up. So let me try to detach. Use the car as long as you are there with the full knowledge that you can give up any time. Then you are mostly the troubles which the body creates, or the little pleasure it gives, it will not be binding to us. We will be free soul, at least from the physical body. Now we will deal with the subtle body. That's a different thing. How to get out of that also. That's why Vedanta teaches every day say, I am not the body, not the mind. Why? Detach. I am in the body. How can you say I am not the body? I am talking and at the same time I am not the body. Yes, I am using this instrument of this body, but I am not the body. I can stay without the body. And every day the gross example that we always dream, that time we have proof that you can stay without this body. Outside people will say that the mind is sleeping and is very deep sleep. No? But internally you understand your own experience. You are now living through this body, working now. When you go to sleep, you are off the body. Either you will remain in your dream body, disconnected with this. That mind has no idea that I have another body. Or when you go to deep sleep, neither this, neither that, you are separate. So detachment, it makes every day we forcefully detach from all these things, but we are not aware of it. So be aware, that is a spiritual sadhana. So our spiritual practice should inspire us to see this way, think this way. So it says that with a truth-oriented understanding, developed through dispassion and spiritual practice, one should live in this world, the expression of the divine power, detaching himself from the obsessive body consciousness with the thought that the body is only a product of some karma. This body is the product of karma. We read that, and this is Bhagavat. Bhagavat is bhakti. Where is bhakti? Is it bhakti or it is jnana? Can you separate out? All we are reading, we can say we are reading Vedanta book. No? You can say that gross body, subtle body, 17 elements, these, that. These are all discussed in the philosophy of Sankhya, Vedanta, no? So we make some distinction. It is not that every scripture in Hinduism teaches us these fundamental things like that. Now here ends the chapter number 31. Now 32 chapter starts. Kopila continues his advice. Attainment of perishable worlds. Then Bhagavan Sri Kopila said, most men live in the life of the householder care only for the three purusharthas. Dharma, artha, kama. Dharma consists in the performance of the Vedic rituals and charitable acts with a view to gaining felicity in higher worlds, either in this life, dharma, righteous living, here or after death, going to heaven. With that view, he does all this karma, the dharmic karma, rituals in the Vedic rituals. But now we need not have to Vedic rituals, but we do our sandha, our evening prayer, our prayer, all these spiritual practices, and also charity, love, giving money, fasting, occasional, and all these things, the rituals we do. That's called dharma. Artha is the acquisition of wealth because we need to survive in the world. That's the goal. That is second. And kama, in the pursuit of pleasure. People have that because physical body. So men, means everyone, pursues these ends time and again without cessation. We are again and again go for this, experiencing this type of dharma, artha, kama. People, dharma is good. Some people don't have dharma also. They only go for artha and kama, the worst. Rather, dharma is trying to be dharmic, to be good, honest people, at the same time following the rituals and prescriptions of the guru and others, dharmic life. Artha, earning good money and trying to enjoy, in a good way even, and kama, fulfilling the desires of life in a legitimate way. No? So these are the goals followed by good people in the world. So people pursue their ends being, again, this getting joy to this sensate world again and again and again and again, to one body, to the other body, to the other body. This whole world is nothing but everyone tries to survive, to enjoy happiness, peace, joy. Not only human, animal world, plant world, to be in happiness and joy and peace is the crying call of every soul. So we are doing again and again. But they say if we struggle on, we don't get it. Because dharma, artha and kama cannot give, it cannot be fulfilled. It cannot give satisfaction. It's putting clarified buttermilk into the fire again and again and again. The fire does not satiate. Therefore, that's why he says, being full of self-centered desires, if man is insensitive to the Bhagavata Dharma, because trying to fulfill the desirable objects of the senses only through the sensate experience, people are mad and insensitive to the Bhagavata Dharma. What is Bhagavata Dharma? Love God. Try to find the divine. What is the soul? All these Vedantic principle there comes, no? People forget that. The whole world look at that. Among the thousands and thousands of people, how many people are aware of it? That how we are running on the pursuit of happiness and pleasure, and falsely, and never ending, running. You drive in to a distant place, go to San Francisco or any other Las Vegas or any area, you see the stretch of road, straight road going on and on. Same stereotype journey, going up and down, and driving and getting tired. And what? I will catch the sky. But you go, sky goes back. As much as you go, you see the sky goes back that far again. So in mad pursuit to find the joy to these pleasurable objects of the senses. No one became ever successful. No one in the world, king to pauper, the most intelligent person to the most idiot, no? No one has succeeded that journey. Raja, what is that? The king, king, what is the king who said that pouring ghee, it does not satiate? Jajati, in the Bhagavad story is there. He experienced his own full pleasure. He was a king and enjoyed the royal fun and joy, no? Not ordinary. And he forgot how he was running the kingdom, or rather engaged himself into the only pleasure hunting. And enjoyed the whole life. But at the point of death, he was saying, aha, my desire is still there, but this body is old, I cannot enjoy anymore. Though desire is there, the body is not permitting me. This machine is not working. You start the engine, it does not start. It says, and does not move any second. Earlier engine, with the handle, it is not getting a start. Then he said, yes, if I wanted another lifetime, I could have enjoyed the whole royal thing, I'll be satisfied. And then who suggested one sage? And he said that, can I do that? Well, yes, you can do that. But someone should exchange your old age with a young boy. No? Young person should exchange your... So you will get the youth and he will get your old age. Find someone. So his boy, his son, he offered this, that yes, I am ready. If my father is happy, I want to take back his old body. Okay? So they exchanged the body. And then he was so mad for his own pleasure that he didn't think, my young child, young son, I am making him old and I am going to the youthful life and to enjoy. Whole life is shame on me, but he has no shame. So he didn't shamelessly. he got exchanged the youthful body, and then started again in the palace, royal enjoyment, dancing, singing, drinking, whatever the sensate world can give. And then at the end of his second chance, he said, "Nakamo kaman opi." Na jatu kaman, kamo upabhogena sammati. No jatu, never it goes. Kaman, the desires, to be fulfilled by kamo upabhogena, by experiencing or enjoying or undergoing experiences, this cannot be satiated. It is like Hovisha Krishna Bhartmaiva. Hobi means the ghee, clarified buttermilk. In the Hovisha Krishna Bhartmaiva, Bhuyoyava Hovi Vardhate. In the flaming fire, as we do home fire, we put ghee, swaha, na? Do you give the ghee to think that flame will be zero? The flame will be up. So this desireful thing pouring into this, the kamana, the desire aggravates. And it is an unsatisfied pursuit. So that experience came. So this is the point. This is not the path. That's why all purusharthas, 3 purusharthas, most of the people get engrossed into it. And being full of self-centered desires, a man is insensitive. Then they don't have any time to think about God, morality, spirituality, why I am here, what is the ultimate end result, what shall I gain by that? Yeah? When I die, what tendency I will carry with me, and what will be the net effect of it. As we indulge, our gross example I always give, as we indulge in ice cream, as I indulge in eating something to get sugar more, to obesity more, and we go on eating. I know it is bad, but it's okay. So if that goes on, that is, in its sense, it is a death. So no, to detachment is necessary. So to be freed from this Bhagavata Dharma, following the path of detachment, following the path of another way, loving God, intoxicated in God's love. These are the ways, Bhagavata Dharma, Dharma of the Bhagavat. Bhagavat means this book, Bhagavat means Bhagavan. Bhagavan, God dictated life, designated life. The path of devotion to the Supreme Being. Bhagavad Dharma means the path of devotion, love for God, to the Supreme Being. His faith is in Devas and Pitris. Ordinary people, they have faith. After death, I can go to heaven. I can go to my father's plane. Hindus have all these different planes. Father's plane, Pitriloka, Devaloka, Gandharvaloka, musician's world. So each type of mindset, after death you can live in that similar minded people, that plane. So his faith is in the gods and in the pitris. I mean, after death, go to heaven or something. And he adores them with performance of sacrifice dedicated to them. In Vedic time, they used to sacrifice to all the gods and goddesses to please them. A man who is strong in such faith and is devoted to the gods and the devas and pitris, means forefathers, goes to the lunar sphere after death. There are two goti, two journey, one to the lunar, another to the solar. And it's called Krishna and Shukla. Dark night of the sun. Right. But anyhow, there are different lunar sphere. Here it says there's a lunar sphere. They go into that after death, enjoy the rare delights of that sphere. And when the fruits of his good karmas are exhausted, returns to this world. All these heavenly regions attainable through karma are perishable. Because our Vedas say you can attain anything by Vedic jagnas, sacrificial activities. So all these heavenly regions attainable through the karma, they are not permanent. Because it is, you earn it, after exhausting that result, it dies. They last so long as the Lord Mahavishnu rests on his serpent bed awake. But they dissolve into the rudimentary conditions, pralayo, when he goes to sleep. Jeev, the individual soul, we are all alive because the Creator God is alive now. When Creator goes to sleep, everyone goes to sleep. No? As all my sense organs are active. When I go to sleep, what happens? They go back to sleep also. The eyes take retirement. Ears are there, but they are not functional. They retire back. They go to pralayo.
Any questions?
Attainment? No question now. Let me finish. Attainment of Brahmaloka. Now, in contrast to the above, there are persons who follow the Bhagavata Dharma. So two groups they are making it. Those who have other three goals of life, dharma, artha, kama, and those who, fourth, who are lovers of God. Now they are talking about, in contrast to the above, there are persons who follow the Bhagavata Dharma, that means follow the path to love God. They do not look upon or utilize their swadharma, or spiritual and secular duties, as a means for attaining self-centered objects like power, pleasure, heavenly felicity. They don't want it. They want love for God. Being devoid of desires of worldly pleasures and attainments, they work without attachment, dedicating the fruits of their actions to the Lord. They are calm and pure-minded. So this is the people who are going in the path of God realization. They are loving God, lovers of. That devotional aspect generate in them. They don't follow the path of the lunar path to go and enjoy the heavenly pleasures there. They are devoted only to spiritual values having abandoned all self-centered, egotistic objectives. Through the performance of swadharma, means whose actually spiritual and secular duties, with detachment and dedication. They do karma, but they learn to detach, offer it to God. So detach, that's why practice. They attain to purity of being sattva guna. And in their mind becomes pure mind. They acquire the quality of sattvika quality, sattva guna. After death, these people, other people go to heaven, which are perishable, which will be destroyed. Because you get to any heavenly experience, after fulfillment of those karma, good karma, then you have to come back again. But here, after death, they go through the path of sun. One is the Chandra Gati, Surya Gati. So the path and attain to Satya Loka. They called a Loka which is Satya means true. That means it is permanent. It is also impermanent, but it is more permanent. The world of Satya Loka means the world in which Brahma, the creator God, lives there, who has all this manifested universe as in his form, who is the master of all that is high and low, who is the instrument of the Supreme Lord in his acts of worldly manifestation and dissolution. So they go to that plane, one with the Creator God, Satya Loka. It is called Satya Loka, and it is the Brahma lives there, at Brahma's abode. At the end of Diparardha, which marks the span of a Brahma's life, say they go and live there with Brahma, no? Because they have detachment, they have practiced love for God, and because of love for God, they go there and live with Brahma for Diparardha. That means as long as Brahma lives. Brahma's lifetime. At the end of the Diparardha, when the Brahma's duration goes away, Brahma is a position. Someone become Brahma. In that period is gone, then what will happen? At the end of the Diparardha, which marks the span of Brahma's life, the dissolution of Brahma into the Supreme Being. So Brahma merges into Brahman. Takes place. Until that time, these votaries of the personal conception of God continues to reside in the Satya Loka, devoting themselves to the attainment of knowledge and to the adoration of the Lord. So they go there and live with God. It's a very pleasant. That's why Bhakta does not want to become one with God, but they want to enjoy the presence of God. No? So he is a Bhakta. So he goes there following the path of what is called the sun path, not following the path of first three qualities of three goals, but the fourth goal, mumukshata or something, detachment, love, compassion, prayer, meditation, all this. Their end result is going to the Satya Loka, Brahma's plane, and live there. As long Brahma reigns there, he will be living there. And Brahma, when it dies, his duration is over. Brahma merges into Brahman. And he also merges with Brahma. Together become one. So this is at the end of the creative cycle of Diparardha, Brahma, the self-created one, in identification with Prakriti, withdraws himself into the formless aspect, the Abhyakta, and all manifested universe, consisting of combinations of the great elements, manas and indriyas and their subjects, that make up his body is simultaneously dissolved. He had a body, but that body is made of 5 elements and other things. All of them dissolve. Along with Brahma, all those yogis who have attained the Brahma Loka by this spiritual practice through self-control, concentration, spiritual practice, without, however, attaining full enlightenment. It is that just going to enjoy bliss with God. Also, they enter into the timeless Supreme Person, having their narrow, self-centered individuality now completely dissolved to the devotion and knowledge. So then individuality is getting lost into that cosmic consciousness. Therefore, O Mother, Mother, who is Mother? Devahuti, Mother. His son, her son, is Kapila. Kapila is God himself, Avatara, incarnation. So he is advising Mother. So he says, O Mother, seek shelter with wholehearted love and devotion at the feet of the Supreme Being, Narayana, who is present in the hearts of all and about whose greatness you have heard from me. I have told you so many days that God is residing in every heart and is the Supreme Being, and worship the Lord with heart and soul and selflessness. That is my request or advice to you. So, okay, I can end here and then we'll read it again further, how it goes, how it will take us to the knowledge that you attain to the knowledge of Absolute gradually. But it's a good idea to get two categories of devotees are there who are going worshipping dharma, artha, kama, and another is worshipping moksha, fourth goal. And fourth goal takes to the path of sun and takes you to the Surya, not this material sun, but a place in the Satya Loka. Another takes you to Pitri Loka or Deva Loka, Gandharva Loka, all these lokas which are perishable. It is also perishable, but in comparison, as if it is eternal. How many times this perishable world one jiva will go and enjoy and come back and go and go. But here, practicing, he goes and lives with Brahma, and there they practice in presence. Like it is going to Ramakrishna and sitting in his room and practicing with him, staying all the time. But one may become a Hajra also. But no. Oh, Hajra is an example. But there are Hridaya also maybe. But Hridaya is only asking for money. But how many people went there and lived with him and they transformed their life. So, and they got liberation. No? So, first Saguna Brahma, that is the Satya Loka. So, that idea we got it. Okay, we end here for today's reading, then we'll go for a few question answers. Om Shanti, 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat, Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Okay.
7:30 class.
Yeah. We'll have class at 7:30, of course. What is called Shanti Gita. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We are all trying to reach Shanti, but where is Shanti? Can we transcend subtle body when body dies and merge in consciousness? How to drop mind when in subtle state, like in dream? Is it only by constant visual detachment and remember consciousness behind? So the question comes, as we said, after death, people will go to different heavens. The question is, the subtle body when it dies, can we transcend the subtle body also? Yeah, that one can if he is a realized soul. If he gets the touch of who is he, who am I, that consciousness, if it comes in the last moment, then he can transcend the subtle body. He does not need any subtle body because he is not interested in coming back and forth. He is not interested in finding joy in the Pitriloka, joy in the Devaloka, joy in the Gandharva, those are all useless for him. So he is not interested in it. His detachment, his power of spiritual practice has given him the power so that he is so much attracted to this conscious Satchidananda, then he can transcend it. At the point of that, that's why it is called Jivan Mukta, those who are liberated while in the life. If they die, at the point of death, they become Videha Mukta. They become free from all entanglements forever. Jivan, so long the life was going on, they are illumined, but still they are maintaining their body and eating, sleeping and doing all the normal work like us, it appears. But at the point, the body drops, so last entanglement is gone, so they merge in Brahman. Bimuktascha, those who are bimukta, bimucchate, they get finally liberated from all gross body, subtle body, causal body, everything they have gone, because they merge into that state. But others will have to struggle, that one can go according to their sadhana, spiritual practice and detachment practice, one will go to that. But as you say, what is the sadhana then? Our sadhana should be, spiritual practice should be day and if you want to have liberation here and now, then as Swami Vivekananda said, day and night say, I am that, I am that, I am that. I am not the body, not the mind. And not only say, you have to live in that life, live in that consciousness. Saying is easy. We can say before other people and get a good name. I am a Vedanta. But when life's problem comes, I get attached. Anything happens, I feel I am the body. Any pinch comes, I cry and weep. Cry and weep also will be there. For a Brahma Jnani also cry and weep. But they can detach, we cannot detach. Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda detached from his pain. Took the mind and put it, that's like a pain I put here, I can put it here. It was in this body, he took out into and put into the God, that's all. And then the doctors came and did surgery for hours. That's okay. He's detached. So that if one can practice that way and detach that way, then they remain in consciousness. And it is said that when once one gets a touch of that consciousness, nothing to worry about that. In whatever condition one remains, dies, alive, they remain in consciousness only. Second question, why do we not learn this truth in earlier part of life, when we have more opportunity to change the course of life instead of at old age? Yeah, that's old age is called maturity. There are people who do that. They start their spiritual journey very early. I can see that one child is born when very early, from the early days, he's born in a family. Mom, dad are chanting the name of God in the morning. They're very spiritual, very righteous, no? They're chanting the mantras which we learn after 20 years of our age. Even being a monk, we learn in the training center Vedic mantras, this. But suppose one is born in that environment, from the birth he studies. But it depends on his karma of the past life. So accordingly, as I said, at the point of death we decide, where shall I be born? What is my desire? Where I shall be fulfilled? Which type of body I will get?
But sometimes this happens, some baby is born for like 4 or 5 years, is picking up very well all this Gita and all this. Then after they start to go to school and all these things, they start forgetting about this puja and all these things and the regular. Not necessarily that it will become...
No, true, very true, very true. We see that in the early days he was been in a spiritual atmosphere and he was very spiritual and then went out of that track. Yes, that was a part of his karma. And when it is finished, he quickly regains. After that, it is like a sine curve. It was going up good, and now suddenly down. And when it is down, then he gets a tremendous sudden shock and knocks comes. The world will give knocks and shocks. No one is free from that. When the blow comes, then he suddenly awakens. Oh, what am I doing? And their intensity, their speed becomes so far, they can make a quick progress. But true, being born in a good atmosphere, or even not being born in a very noble environment, you will find the children have their own tendencies. That boy came, she was, not today, the other day, he was just seeing that Thakur is taking a flower and wanted to give it. And he's chanting there and rowing there. 2 years of boy, 2 to 3 years child. As we see, the 2, 3 years boys are playing tabla, is it not in what you call that, what is that show? TED show. TED Talk. And you will find that they are presenting sometimes some people extraordinary talent. 2, 3 years child is playing big tabla, he cannot sit there. He has to be raised. But his 2 hands are working on that. That means he has the sanskar of the past and his tendency, but he has done so much because it starts from there. So in spiritual life also. So not to feel bad, but we have good start. Even this matured thinking will help us. If I have to come back again, we'll start a good start because of this practice. Another question is, Ramakrishna Loka considered a solar path? Is it a temporary heaven where we are not reborn but eventually merge into Brahman? Yes, we think it is Satya Loka we read today. Satya Loka is the same as that Loka, because in the path of Ramakrishna you don't get anything. If you worship Ramakrishna and say for money, he says, Baba, I cannot give you. What can I do? See, my hand is bending like that. I cannot touch the coin, no? And last, oh my God, say ma. So we cannot get anything from that type. To Ramakrishna only will give you devotion, love, and pure bhakti, etc. No? So that is really, if one cultivates that, naturally he will have to go to the path of the sun. And there the goal is the Satya Loka. And that you call Krishna Loka, Vaikuntha Loka, all these different, because Rama Loka, Krishna Loka means it is that type of plane where you live with God. And in that environment you do your spiritual practice, bhajan singing. Think of the days when Kathamrita, you read the gospel. No? Suppose someone is coming every week, every time opportunity, as you are running here to come to listen to this talk, and they are going to Dakshineshwar. Suppose we are all going to Dakshineshwar. Whenever school is little off, some of the children, they don't go to school, that they escape the school class. And it's difficult. In those days, escaping school was much difficult. Nowadays, it is teacher's duty to give their grade, no? Otherwise, his job will go. So, but suppose that level, your spiritual progress will be much more. So, yes. If a jiva comes to the end of their... If a jiva comes to the end of their life, having made mistakes and errors, can they pray for forgiveness and be made pure to not have rebirth? Yes, of course. It is any point of time. It is not to repent. That is why Vedanta does not believe in repenting. But Vedanta focuses on action. What that repentance sometimes is false repentance. We repent and I will not eat ice cream for tomorrow, from today onward. But when I find and sneakily I get a little ice cream. So this is the way of life. So therefore, these mistakes are there. Take it mistake, take it error. Don't think about that. Dive deep. And pray for God for forgiveness. Of course we can ask for forgiveness, but God will say, I am always forgiving. But you are not giving me the chance. You give me and then again you take back. Forgiveness is already forgiven. It is a Christian idea. God will forgive and don't forgive. As if God is enemy with you. God is my mom, dad. What question of forgiveness? Children all do all types of things with mom and dad. So, and when a baby, not adult. We are adult. That's why we cannot behave the same way. A baby can behave with the mom and dad one way. Everything is forgiven. But an adult, knowing fully well one and behaving another way, not the same way as the babies are treated by mom and dad. So God will be always is forgiven. Take it granted, it is forgiven. The day you got mantra, the day you got initiation, God has forgiven. Otherwise, how do you get that? And now feel it's a fresh life. Start from there and do day and night, think positively. Try to detach. And when he cannot, oh Lord, please give me strength, give me power. I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to live that life. Help me, help me. And this prayer, not God is not helping. This prayer will purify my mind and I will feel attraction for him. God is always a magnet, always pulling us. But we are not feeling the pull because there is some obstacle. So that obstacle is by prayer, by constant analysis, by detachment. This will come. So already an end of their lives, even one can have all these mistakes and errors. We can pray for forgiveness. Yes, any sincere prayer is responded. God responds to the sincere prayer. Okay, shall we end here now? And this is the end of the QA. And we'll see you at 7:30 in the here itself in the Shanti Gita class. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.